Hi, everyone. It is 1 o'clock and time for our weekly webinar. And so we have here, just to let you know, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put it in the chat as always. And if you are joining us on live stream on one of the platforms, then please go ahead and ask your questions there. So today we have exciting news. Every week we do a webinar talking about and exploring all the different things that are happening in real estate tech, especially during COVID. We've explored so many different issues. And today, what we want to talk about as the market reopens is something that is near and dear to me and Natalia, which is a product that we've been working on that we haven't launched. We haven't launched in a big way with any of the marketing, but you've probably heard about us talking about it. And today what we're going to do is go into a little bit of more detail on what that product looks like. And with a super short notice, we have with us joining us from the awesome state of Florida and the more awesome, the awesomest city of Florida in Miami. I got Matthew Elliott here, and Matthew is with Engel and Völkers in Miami, and just recently what we are doing is with his office also testing what we're going to be talking about today, which is offer management. And Elliott, Matthew and his partner and their team over there has actually started using it with their listings as the market has opened up. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and we have the Propy team here. I can see them already working in the background to answer your questions, and let us know if you have any, and we will answer as many of them as possible. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my guest. I have here the CEO of Propy, Natalia, could you say hi?
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much, Natalia. And Natalia and I have worked with each other, and we're very excited about what we're going to talk about today. And I think Matthew, because this was kind of last minute, I think you're not on video, but we have here Matthew from Engel and Völkers in Miami as well. Matthew, can you say hi to the audience?
Hi everyone, pleasure to meet you. Thank you, Alex, Natalia, for having me.
Okay, this is what an awesome agent Matthew is. He's about to take a huge listing and is literally talking to us real quick and to the audience right before he goes there. So good luck with that, and thank you for making the time, Matthew. And then also we have our Propy team here that's in the background. Okay, great. So let's start off. And maybe what we'll do first as a refresher to everyone who's listening right now, we're going to do a quick refresher, and I'll do a quick demo on what we're going to talk about, our exciting, offer management and consumer interface for today. We're going to go through it as a quick demo before we go into a little bit more detail. So before we do that, Natalia, can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be seeing here?
Yes, absolutely. So today we are going to discuss how we can bring part of our work, the work of agents, online, and specifically how we can present offers to our sellers in the times like COVID-19, when we have to do the majority of our tasks entirely online. There are opportunities and tools that can present and help present offers to the sellers. And the agents that are here or broker owners, you know that it's very tricky to win listings at this market. There are sellers willing to sell, and there are not so many agents that are equipped with tools to make this experience entirely online. So the majority of you guys here probably already using the virtual tour tools and the way to make the listing entirely contactless. You are aware of that. But today we will show you how we do offer management entirely online and how you can use this tool to actually win more listings.
Right. So Matthew, you actually got to take a look at this, and you're one of the first agents that we actually showed a full demo to our little baby. So what do you think, or what do you think of the product so far?
In short, I love it. I think it's it's definitely going to transform my business. I can't really think of too many ways that it won't add value to everybody's business. For a couple of reasons. From a personal perspective, not so much on the organizational side, although I do believe it truly helps there, but from a very big value add side, from a service perspective. So I'm excited. You already mentioned that we're going to be using it and have been using it to incorporate our listings into your platform, and we're getting ready to present it for the first time on a listing presentation this evening. So I'm excited to see the potential client's response, and I'm quite confident that the competition that we're up against for this listing will not be able to provide the same value.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Matthew. I'm excited for you. And so I can't wait till we take the listing. And you have a pretty busy team, even during COVID. You and Victor have been, taking listings. And so, to have someone like you say that, that's like something super valuable. So without further ado, I'm actually going to right now just show the audience a quick little demo that we have here prepared, and then let's go through it. And what I want to do with the audience is just do a little bit about what offer management is, because a lot of people have never heard of such a product. Like, what is this? A product where you can manage offers, a software that you use before you even accept an offer. And then certain questions that agents have all the time is like, well, how does that win me more listings? And so that is why, we're going to go through a little bit what we're talking about here. So what I'm going to do is share a little bit of a demo before we get into the actual product, so that it gives everybody a quick overview of what offer management is and really how you can win more listings on it. So hold on, let me go ahead and share this with you. So again, the main product that we're going to be talking about here is offer management. And so we're actually going to bring that up. Sorry, guys. Give me a second.
Yes, meanwhile, I just said hi to everyone in the chat. Please do not hesitate to ask questions there. We will be monitoring, and feel free to ask the questions as we're showing the product. Yeah, I think Alex is ready to start.
So here we're going to be showing the product. And again, this is, if you're on one of the platforms that we're live streaming to, go ahead and ask. And our team is actually monitoring those platforms. So this is going into what offer management is. So we're going to concentrate on the first, which is the offer management and the consumer interface. So what offer management is it starts with where all offers start, is really on the MLS. So you see here on private remarks, what usually happens is most agents say, please send all offers to this email address. And what the change is, on Propy, we say, please send all offers to this URL. So the buyer's agent clicks on this URL, and it automatically goes into an interface that looks like this. You go into the interface, and the buyer's agent here makes an offer straight onto offer management with all the terms and all the condition. Now, if I'm going too fast, don't worry, we're going to go into a more in-depth demo here. But then here as well is preferred services. This is where, the broker can actually have preferred services automatically as a drop down. So a lot of our brokers really like this. So the listing agent, when do you have most of the control over who is going to be picked for preferred services? It's usually during negotiations, not during, after the offer is accepted. So here the buyer's agent is going to attach a contract, and it summarizes the offer here, and you can review the offer and review the contract. And here the agent receives the offer, the listing agent receives the offer. You can accept, counter, or reject the offer here. And then the next part is our dashboard. And this is the most important part because this is where agents can really, and this is where, we're going to do a fun demo here with Matt, where, you can share this dashboard. So let's say you as an agent get multiple offers on a listing. Well, number one, you can throw away all those Excel spreadsheets that you used to have. And then also, for the first time ever, sellers can follow along with their listing and you can share as an agent this dashboard with your seller so that they can in real time see the offers that are going in. Now, you still have to review contracts with your seller. However, this is the first time that these dashboards where when the agents submit these offers, you can see them come in and the seller can follow along as well.
Okay, so we have the first question here, and I actually have these questions quite often. So Dave is asking whether this may freak out people when they see this first screen after clicking to make an offer. Would you need to tell them what to expect ahead of time? And Matthew, we covered this question with you too. Yeah, so either Matt or Alex, how would you answer this question?
Well, you would think so. And what we're going to show you is literally you click, instead of doing an email, you click on the URL, and the first screen that you'll see, and we'll show you it today, is it will say make an offer. There's no other button on the screen. It just says, make an offer. And so when the buyer's agent clicks on make an offer, you just follow the steps, fill out the form, and you attach the contract. And the reason why I say that is that we do have a couple of agents using it. One of the biggest offers we had was in Los Angeles, at a company called Acme, and it's a brokerage that right before COVID, they put a listing on, and within 3 days got 100 offers on that listing from all different types of companies. And guess what? All 100 listings did it on Propy. And so so it's very user friendly. And let's just face it, I think that when agents are, competing for multiple offers on a deal, they are going to really, follow the steps, which are super easy to follow. And a lot of times the buyer's agent actually prefers it because for the first time ever, they get a confirmation of their offers being received by the listing agent. And so that notification happens as well. So,
I'm just to add to your point, Alex, I'm hearing that some of the agents using this solution are just telling to the buyer's agents, if you want my listing, you just submit the offer there. The link is there. It's more secure. Avoid using emails because these provoke wire fraud.
Right. So let's go into it. And Matthew, do you want to add anything here?
Yeah, I don't see any disadvantages at all. It's for everything to be transparent. It's to prevent from all of us as agents spending a great deal of time downloading, sending emails multiple times, and it's recorded. So the more people that are a part of the transaction along the process, and I know you're going to touch on the rest of the process, Alex, but the more people that are aware of it, the easier and more seamless it is for our business, so that as agents, we can focus on what we do best, and that's selling property, getting new listings. But it prevents us from having to spend so much time on the admin side, whether you have a transaction coordinator or not. This just makes the process a lot more smooth, and very transparent.
Right.
Matt, and what other questions did you have initially? Can you recall? Because we're just starting to work with you, and this is why it's really great to have you on board on this call to illustrate what kind of questions you had in the beginning. And then probably in a month or two, we will invite you again to share what your experience has been so far. So what are the questions that you had and the audience might have as well?
Yeah, when I was first getting acclimated with the platform and we were getting to know each other, I was really just trying to understand it. I'm not a tried and true tech person, but I am a systems person. And so I was naturally trying to figure out whether the platform was going to work for me as a personality. And as Alex mentioned earlier, I have a business partner, whether it was going to work with his personality, and our personalities are a little bit different. But most importantly, how is it going to help us help our clients? And it didn't take long. I think it was probably on the first call, if you guys remember. I was blown away at just the thought process of being able to incorporate. So in Florida, we have all different parts of the transaction process, right? We have a listing agent and a selling agent. Sometimes it's just the listing agent that is a transaction broker representing both buyer and seller. We have the seller, we have the buyer, we have counsel on both sides in most cases. We have a closing agent, transaction coordinators. So there's a lot of people that need to be informed at all times. And I naturally can normally operate remembering everything, but as things get really, really busy, it's inevitable that I'm gonna make a mistake that I don't want to make. So having everybody informed through the system of Propy in real time, all it does is add value to the transaction. So I would tell you if I thought, and I haven't found one yet, and I've tried, and I will probably continue to try. Sorry, Natalia and Alex, but I haven't found this advantage. I just haven't. So I'm new at this, and I'm incorporating myself to really use it with a client and a potential listing. I do think there'll be somewhat of a learning curve. For example, let's say which I'm doing now, I'm uploading my listings. I'm adding the Propy link to the listings for buyers agents to submit offers. Mm-hmm. Once that happens, then I can choose who's informed. So you asked me, Natalia, what were some of the questions? One of my first questions was, who's informed of all of these things, right? Is it just my business partner? Do I get to select who's informed? Another question was, of the people that we work with, such as a closing agent, do they need to become familiar with the software? Is it going to become a lot of work for these people that I want to be a part of this system more than it is going to be able to solve the problem? And I think what people will realize is that if they just take a few minutes to understand the problems that it actually solves, the time it takes to learn it, which is very little time, is well worth it.
Great. Well, we'll definitely cover those two questions, especially the second one, when and whether to involve other parties. And also another great point that I just heard from you here, Matt, is how to start, how to upload listing, how to have this offer link so that you are able to put it on the MLS.
Right. And this is, I do want to make a clarification just for anybody who's listening to the webinar right now. So Matthew actually mentioned a bunch of things. And I think part of it is, Matt, your company has decided to use the entire Propy suite, which is, for everything from offer management all the way to transaction management. So, that's when a lot of other parties get involved. But what we wanted to do today specifically is really look at offer management, which essentially really involves the listing agent, like yourself and your team, because you guys take a lot of listings, and then also have, the sellers. So how do we improve the transaction experience, or the real estate experience for that matter, for not only the agent, but also like how do we improve it for the seller, but in a way that continues to keep the agent, the listing agent, at the center of the transaction. And so that is the goal of what we're doing. And so, thank you for all the wonderful and the positive words, Matthew. You get it. You get the vision. And what we're looking for, and I know I speak for Natalia's, people who share in that vision with us, people who believe that you don't have to give up having a centralized listing agent, but still delivering amazing service to your seller. Absolutely amazing, transparent service. And what we believe at Propy is that both can exist together. And so what I like to do, rather than go through this, is that we actually, it's funny, one of the things we wanted to bring onto this particular webinar is really having an experience. we want Matt, if you can, if we want you to pretend to be the seller. So you will be experience the platform as we go deeper on this demo, which is what I promised the listeners, like no video anymore. We're going to show you the live platform right now. And so our team is actually going to pull it up. And the first thing we're going to show you is how we start a listing with a link, right? What the buyer's experience goes through, how you share listings on Propy. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to have our team pull it up. Matt, we're going to have you pretend to be the seller. And then, and I'll walk the audience through, and you can pretend to be probably the listing agent, because we want every listener right now who is an agent or broker listening to this webinar to take a lot of listings. And we believe that you can do it by having a system that is going to deliver an excellent experience to the consumer. So unless anybody has anything to add, I was thinking that we can go into that, because I also know that Matt, your time is limited. So I wanted to make sure we get that in before we have to let you go.
Cool.
Okay, so we'll have Nicola here, who takes care of our customers, to share the screen and show you how you create this link.
So this is a brand new account. So Nicola is going to create a new account. So we're gonna go ahead and go in.
Create the listing.
So it's as simple as that. Let's just put 123, the address. Go ahead and type everything in, Nicola.
So we put the address, we put the
let's
the
not
price.
pick something in Taiwan. There you go.
Oh, actually, we have a question. So let's just pause. I'm so sorry. Dana asked a question. So she asked, can this technology be adapted to an international purchase agreement, specifically a Mexico AMPI contract? So in order to answer the question, theoretically, it's yes. Practically, please follow our steps and you can actually understand whether it's applicable or not. Because this system has been in operation in Japan, Europe, in many countries. I see we also have guests from Dubai today, Christo, hello. And the main platform is really applicable to any jurisdiction. But sometimes the process is so different that we need to make customization. So just follow through and you'll be able to understand whether it works for you or not. But as you just saw, we're able to pull out an address in other countries.
Okay, so Nicola, can you put a price in, let's say 800,000? Let's say it's a single family home, size probably 2,000 square feet. And you can see, and let's go ahead and add a picture. Do you have a photo that you can add? Perfect. So let's go ahead and submit this in. And it's as easy as that. Did you see how quickly that was? You put in the address, you put the purchase price, and you can see and put the square footage. So here's the listing. It's in Palo Alto for 800,000, which doesn't exist. We all know that. But $800,000 home in Palo Alto. However, what we can do here is you click on the three dots and you can copy the offer link. And it's that easy. So when you copy the offer link, you place that link into your MLS or any other marketing tool. It could be a flyer, it could be a website, it could be anything, right? And so here, Nicola, can you go ahead and type that link into the URL? So when anybody who wants to make an offer on this listing goes into the listing, they can go ahead and see this. So let's stop right here. So when a buyer's agent clicks on that URL, they go, and this is to answer, I think it was Dave's question, like, would buyer's agents get scared? Well, this is what they see. They go into this listing, and the first thing is there's only one button on there, which is make an offer. Can you show that button, Nicola? There you go. And when the buyer's agent goes in And if they say make an offer, so here is the buyer's agent. They're going to type in their name. They're going to type in their email address. And Nicola, make sure you put a working email address, please. Okay. And then they will put in their buyer's name. So if you could please fill out just everything on here. And so as you can see, as Nicola's filling out all the terms of the contract, it's very simple, very easy to use. You know, everything from the offer price. And you can see here the, you know, you can see the square footage and the description of the property. Why don't you, perfect. Can you go down and go ahead and attach the contract? So now that he's completed all of the contingencies, he's going to attach the contract into the offer, simple as this. And the reason why we want to show this is just to show how simple it is. And here he's done with all of the contingencies and he's going to submit this. It's preview offer. Now here you go. Okay, buyer's agents that are out there, how often have you had to type out an email, review the offer, and then you submit it to the listing agent, and then you don't even get a confirmation? But look at what we've done here for you on Propy. Number one, we summarize your offer here. You can take a look on the right-hand side. You can take a look at your contract, make sure it's all good. And if everything is good, you click on the very bottom that you accept the terms and condition, and you submit offer. So your offer has been sent, and at this point, Nicola, you can go into your email, and what the buyer's agent would have received at this point is a notification to confirm that this offer has been accepted or has been submitted to the listing agent. Timestamp, boom, there you go. So for buyer's agent, it's great because now you got a confirmation that this offer is submitted. So let's go into the dashboard. Perfect. So this is what the buyer's agent gets. The buyer's agent gets an email that says you submitted an offer for this offer type, loan, and there's the confirmation. So there you go. So the next part I want to do here is let's go into the dashboard of what the listing agent is going to see on this listing. And we're going to share this with Matthew. So here is the first offer. Now, if you had like 6 offers, 10 offers, 100 offers on it, right? So here, what we're gonna do is go ahead and share this listing with the seller. And for the agents that are listening right now, you can even share this listing with your TC. How's that, right? Or your assistant. Here, we're gonna share it with the seller so that you can see what's happening. So Matt, we're gonna share this listing with you. And we're gonna also, so it's as easy as adding it right here on the share button. And we're going to confirm. And it's sent. So Matthew, I don't know if you're on your computer. What do you think?
Received and rejected. No, I'm kidding. It's I received it.
Perfect, perfect. And the other thing is that we also have a phone number there. So if Nicola put in another offer, what's going to happen here is anybody that has shared to this is that if she puts the phone number on there, Matt, your seller could also get offers coming in with their text message as well. So what we can do right now is take a look. If you can click on it, tell us, Matthew, what you see and, you know, how do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, it's self-explanatory. What I see is the offer letter and summary of terms that you showed us a moment ago. It's very self-explanatory, and I'm trying to, yeah, there you go. Sorry, I have a few screens up. I love it.
I think enough said. And just to let agents know is that the screen that you see here is the listing agent screen where they can accept, counter, and reject. The seller does not have that option because that's really the agent, but what they can see is the activity that's going on. So we're actually going to wrap up right now with any final questions. I promised Matt that we would, be able to finish this demo. And what I want to do at this point is let's see if there's any, final words, Natalia, Matt, that you want to say about this before we get some final questions from the audience.
Matt, how about you?
Ladies first, Natalia.
Well, I'm very, very excited to have this opportunity to show the offer management. It's a new product for us. We've been working on it hard right before the coronavirus and during this period. And we are seeing how agents are utilizing this tool to get more listings. And I am very appreciative to you, Matt, to share with us your experiences. You are just starting to use it and looking forward to seeing how much value it will bring with you in the future. So thank you for that. And Matt, please tell your final words, and then I will share one question here from the audience, and please put more questions there.
Yes, so thank you, Natalia, and Alex and Nicolo as well. One of the things that we hadn't touched on before, Propy team, was the fact that when you send something, an email to an agent, and you don't even get a response, I'm sure some agents out there, including myself, have some workarounds just to confirm whether we're told or not that somebody has received an offer, but that personally drives me crazy. When I can't, hopefully I never negotiate with you guys on the call, but if I don't receive a confirmation that somebody's received an offer, it's just out there in the wind, and I don't know how to serve my client, So the fact that this is recorded helps me a lot in offer management from a personality perspective. And again, I'm grateful that I've been introduced to you all. I'm looking forward to implementing this into our system. I am anxious to present it again this evening, as we talked about before, and I'll definitely report back and let you know how it goes.
Perfect.
Great.
And Matthew, thank you so much for this. We have one question for you, actually. So Dave is sharing that his designated broker and team lead are both extremely conservative and old school. We understand you, Dave. We experience that often as well. They do not currently know or care to learn anything about the distributed ledger technology, and they want to have a control. So he's a brand new agent, and he's asking Matt.
Okay.
He wants to share this with his broker's approval to use an entirely different system. So Matt, what your broker said or thought about you using Propy?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of old school myself. I won't throw my age out there, but I'm, young, middle-aged guy. But I realize that a lot of my clients and a lot of people just in general are looking for ways to make their lives easier and certainly more transparent. So my broker is a tech phenomenon. So it wasn't hard I didn't even have to sell him. I mean, we were kind of attacking this together. We think a lot alike, and we decided to come together with Propy to really deep dive into it and figure out if it's something that we can use as a firm, as a whole. And also if myself and my business partner could find good use of it within our team. So our situation's a little bit different. I would say, I'll defer to Natalia and Alex, but I would say to try the system, and maybe that's a better way to get somebody, whether it's your broker or somebody else that's not accustomed to changing with the times, to show them how it's benefited you, and more importantly, how it's benefited your clients.
Yeah, right. I would say I do have some advice, and so 2 comments I want to make. The first comment is, I really think the buyer's agent, when they see that the listing agent's using Propy, the first thing they're going to think is, thank goodness. Because not only is my offer going, they can almost be guaranteed that this offer is going to be presented to the seller. So, which is something they don't have right now. Second thing is to the new agents that are out there that are looking into technology and looking to go work with your broker. Here's some good news. You don't need your broker's approval to use Propy. You can do it on your own, right? So Propy has two products. The latter product is transaction management, which deals with compliance and deals with TCs. That does require a broker to sign on. However, if David, you want to start right now, you can start today. You can start offering this product to your seller. So the next time you go to a listing appointment and your seller asks you that one question that every seller asks, which is, why should I use you? You could be one of the first to say the number one reason or the number one complaint of all sellers is about agents is what? It's communication. They always complain about agent communication. So what Propy does is solve that communication so that it's transparent. And this is a product that you can use today, and you can deliver that because we're all independent contractors for the most part in this industry as agents. And you can deliver the service to your sellers today on Propy, because we also sell them individually, although you get a much better deal if your entire brokerage signs up. So, you know, we have a couple of agents that are using it individually and they bring it to their broker. And mainly because they see that it works and they see that, you know, this is something that could help them get more business. Like, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Is to help you get more business, make you look fantastic in front of your seller and improve that experience for them. So,
and so Matt, thank you so much. I don't want to hold you more here. We will address more questions now, as well as I will actually share with you the screen on how you can start Propy for free as a webinar.
So actually, Matt,
member.
if you need to go, then yeah. I know you gotta go. So then thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Pleasure to meet you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, go ahead, Natalia.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alex. So Nicola, can you share the plan? So if you go to propy.com website and you go to plans, you can see the pricing of Propy. But as I just said, for the participants of the webinar, we do have free plans availability. And in order to get to a free plan and test it out, you can even test it with some transactions, some offers and listings that are not existing, just to test it out. So you go to this page that's on plans on propy.com, and you can see the pricing. For offer management, it's $20 per month subscription. But then if you go down, you can see, check if you're eligible for discounts. So just click there, fill out your information, and we will approve your profile to have a free account. And we have a question from Dana. Natalia, our listings and purchase agreements are bilingual, English and Spanish. If my buyer seller is Spanish speaking, but I am more comfortable in English, can the system translate? Thank you, Dana. That's a great question. And we love working with remote customers and foreign customers. So it's fine to upload the agreements that are bilingual. We do not do translation yet. We, in fact, did a transaction in Spain, and the platform used to be translated in Spanish, as well as we have Chinese localization. But for this piece, for the offer management, for now, it's English only. So if you can start using it just with English, and then we will make sure we continue to innovate and make it available for multiple languages.
Okay, any other questions as we wrap up here?
We have one more question from Gwyneth. It's about currencies. So when you, Nicola, can you go to settings? When you go to settings, you can actually adjust the currency you want to work on with. So here on the menu, you go to general settings, and here you can pick any currency. as well as you can pick okay, thank you. You can pick also the area unit, whether it's square feet, square meters. Okay, great. I love that you like the answer.
All right. I think we have a lot of comments. What are any other questions?
Yeah, Dave is asking more questions, and that you are worried about people are clicking the link. Yes, Dave, the buyer's agent may call you and tell, like, are you sure that's the link that I need to click and submit the offer? So if they call, you just say, yes, that's secure. That's more secure than if you send me an offer via email, and it's normal. But I reassure you that with the agents that we're working now, we had listings with 20 offers, with 93 offers, with 12 offers. And very often those agents are receiving congrats by text message saying like, this is amazing experience. I'm glad you made this offer link, because now I have the confirmation that you received it well, and you will share it with the seller. So as far as our customers' experience, they don't receive these objections, but they were worried in the very beginning if they will receive those. So what I suggest is just to try the free trial, test it out, and if you feel like your buyer's agent is preferring to send the offer by email, you just let it go and accept it by email. So it doesn't stop you to accept offers both ways.
And what I would probably say to that buyer's agent is, you can send it to me from my email, but you want me to respond faster because my seller gets the Propy offers at the same time as me. Use the Propy. I can guarantee you every agent's going to use Propy if you say that to them. So it's just, yeah, that's what some of the agents are doing. So if you say, hey, you can send it to me by email, but if you send it on Propy, you'll get a faster response, and it's also immediately shared with my seller. So that's a response you can do as well. Okay. All right. I think that is wrapping it up. We usually take about 40 minutes to do this. I'm actually going to wrap this up and just talk a little bit about, and just thank all the listeners who have been on Propy demos before, or excuse me, on Propy webinars before. So this is just a quick look at the webinars that we've had in the past. So anybody who wants to get a recording of any of the webinars that we've done in the past, everything from, how to run your business online, or, doing a virtual brokerage, P&L, stimulus package, indie brokerage, and how these ladies, Courtney and Jackie, are really just going to town and taking listings even during COVID, how to market, especially with listings during this time, what to do for the reopening with Mauricio Umansky from the agency, and how to thrive in real estate downturns, and how to motivate and keep your people motivated, and how to continue to grow your business with Sherry Chris and John Arrow. And then finally, we talked about international brokerage and how that market is starting to see an increase right now, as more and more people are looking into investing in the United States. So we talked about that with the head of Lennar in Asia, and the head of global markets for Douglas Elliman. So we have all those. So thank you for joining us today. And, we look forward to you joining us in the future. And thank you so much as we wrap up today, and we will see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.